Some people just stand out in a crowd. Excellent at their craft, excellent in their thinking. And they're not hard to find because they stand out. My name's Joe Crenshaw, and I'm looking for the standouts. Hey friends, so pumped you guys are here. I have my friends Kyle and Kyle, both Kyles. You probably know them from Coffee with Kyles, which is why we felt it was really appropriate for this interview for all of us to have coffee, right? So I want to give them the floor and let them talk, but a lot of the things that they're doing right now, they both work for Catch. They're also Coffee with Kyles. I'm sure you guys know that. And so give us an idea real quick. What is Catch? What is Coffee with Kyles? What are some of the things you guys are working on right now?
All right, good. Yeah, appreciate that, Joe. Thanks for having us on. Yeah, Coffee with Kyles, that's kind of just our main squeeze on LinkedIn. It's all about collaboration and bringing community together and just like you, others focus, spotlighting other people that are dominating and that are doing cool things, just cool people to talk to, right? And spotlight them. But Catch is, that's down to business. That's actually how we make a living. That's what we do. We help companies achieve digital transformation by being their trusted advisor in all things connectivity, communications, cloud, and cybersecurity.
That's good. And one of the things that you said in particular, and this is what stood out to me about these guys in the beginning, and they really kind of blazed the trail. And actually this show that I started, a lot of it's built off of inspiration from you guys because y'all started the show. And so with that, I think in LinkedIn video, right, there's value in collaboration, but also there's value in collaboration in the business place as well. There's so much competition out here and everybody's against each other fighting for everybody's business, but I think collaboration is a huge thing. Y'all do that well. Speak to kind of where that comes from and how that's helped you guys.
So one thing that Kyle and I established when we first met was that it had been about ourselves individually on a personal level and in a professional level for the last 20 some odd years. We'd gone at it alone. We had not had teams. We had done all these things. When we were really craving a teammate or somebody who understood us. So when we found each other, it was like kind of perfect storm, perfect scenario. Two dudes with the same name who come from the same industry that understand the industry just slightly different than the other. So we are, for all intents and purposes, dual sides of a coin. He's yin, I'm yang. I'm yin, he's yang. I mean, it just depends on the situation. So without collaborating, we wouldn't have learned that about each other. Yeah. We wouldn't have jokingly said Coffee with Kyle's, and I wouldn't be working at Catch with Kyle.
Yeah. No, that's great. And I see the value in collaboration too. And like you said earlier, just highlighting other people and where people are being awesome and standing out and doing that. I think something that, again, I've just seen with you guys, with some of the content that you're creating and in some outside conversations is like, there's value in business, but also here in this platform that we're using for authenticity. I think that's something that you guys talk about frequently, but also there's a tendency for there to be a lot of flattery and a lot of fakeness and just all of us trying to be something that maybe that we're not and puffing ourselves up, right? And so I know y'all push against that. I try to push against that wildly too. So one, for LinkedIn content creation, but also just business as well, like why do we need to ask questions and challenge and instead of just flattering people all the time?
Yeah, so it's like what we've done in business. There's this book, I forget the author, but it's called The Challenger Sale. Who's the author of that? Well, anyway, it's called The Challenger Sale, and that's what we practice that in with our customers too. Like I had a conversation with someone the other day. She said, I could just have 4 POTS lines plugged into this old NEC phone system and it works. If I need to make a change, I can call somebody and it takes 3 hours to make the change. But it's cheaper. And I said, no, your competition is doing this now. If you're adding friction to your customers for how they communicate with you, they're going to go to the next clinic down the street, right? They're going to go somewhere else to get that result done. So it's all about, communication is all about removing that friction in the process. And tying that back to the collaboration aspect, the United States, the economy here, the government here, it's very individualistic as a society. It's me, right? It's been that. You go to other countries, there are other countries that are more collectivist. I think that we're making that shift towards more so collectivism as a whole, just because it makes sense. I came from the sales organization. Everybody's money hungry. Everyone's in it for the money. We've interviewed people on our show, and there are 2 things that they're obsessed with was money. immediately like, all right, done, next, we're going to the next person,
right?
We're moving on, because that's not what it's about.
No.
It's not about the money. It's about doing something you love to do and bringing other people in.
Yeah. That's good. And there's two beautiful things about some of the stuff you guys are saying. We talked about collaboration. We talked about authenticity. Those two things are great in and of themselves. But when you start to combine those two things, then it's like a powerhouse, because collaboration does have the tendency in itself, like, let me partner up with somebody. It can create like, this idea that like, everything you do is good, everything you do is good. But the point of collaboration is, yes, complementing each other, but helping each other grow. And that requires asking questions, challenging things, looking at status quos that are normal, and just looking at that. And so I think you guys do that well. One thing else that I just love about watching y'all's show is that I laugh every time.
Laugh at us or what?
Yes.
Either way.
Probably at.
Yes. But with that, like, I find so much value in business, and I hate when businesses are so curmudgeon, straight-faced, boring, let's not have any fun. And there's a movement in the business world of adding humor to the value proposition. So how's that helped you guys? Some of it's just natural, I get it, but like, how does that help you in the marketplace?
I mean, you kind of summed it up. It's a differentiating factor. People don't want overly produced. No offense, kidding. People don't want overly produced. They want raw, real, like you said, the authenticity piece, or the authentic piece. And what's funny is you're like, you guys are hilarious. I think we're stupid. I don't think we're funny at all. But the thing is that if I can, be working for that purple mattress company and have those eggs down my back, and then they drop me down onto this bed and no eggs break, and I look at you and go, they're gonna buy.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh my gosh, I can relate with that person. That's so childish and stupid, but it makes sense, and it tells me exactly what they're selling, exactly what they want. I mean, dude, how many times do you have this stuck in your head? Hey, I'm a 16-year-old girl running down the highway. I've got, this, that, and the other. It's that Farmers or the commercial. Allstate.
Yeah.
You'll never forget that,
Yeah.
because it's like, wow, I relate with that, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
We're crossing that bridge, and we're connecting two sides, real and hilarious, all at once. It's like SNL and Mad TV and all of those things come to life almost.
Yeah.
And it's like, we got this from a connection we made, Raj. He said, it's not B2B, business to business, it's me to be.
Yep.
Me to be.
Yep.
Because people are doing business with people in business. They're not doing it with the company, right? You don't go and say, I'm going to buy from AT&T. You buy from some rep inside of AT&T. Right, so you're buying from a person.
Yeah,
so it's all about being relatable. That's why humor works so well. Is because like, cool, you're whatever. You're the CFO inside this really big company. Cool, congrats. But you're also a dude, and I just told you a funny joke.
Yeah,
like come on.
You're a human, and bring the human aspect
Yes.
back to it by creating emotional
Yes.
connections. Because everybody likes to laugh.
Yes.
Everybody likes fun people.
Yeah.
Like to be around them, so it creates trust in that. So
Yep.
so good.
My dad told me something that has not left me. He said people buy from people they like, people they trust, and people they can relate with. And the way I see it is, my LinkedIn headline or whatever may be kind of BS, and it says serial movie, music, and friends quoter at the end of it. Okay, how does that fit in a professional setting? I can relate using things that everybody knows. Movies, music, books, and friends quotes. If you don't know Friends, well, you're missing out on probably one of the best TV series
What's that?
of all times.
Yeah.
And with that, I give you.
Nice.
That's why I think the humor and then the aspect of bringing in and drawing from things that people know and it's relatable allows those walls to come down, and it shows you that you're a person first, and that person propels the professional.
For sure.
Not the other way around. You were a human before you were a professional.
Yeah, that's good.
So.
I love that. I think the last piece of this, and we do this with everybody, like a lot of the goal of this is we want to be others focused. We want to highlight other people, but we also want to do practical things to create opportunity for everybody else. Mm-hmm. And so for you guys, with Catch, with Coffee with Kyle's, with whatever endeavors you have, define what opportunity looks like to you, and also give us practical things of how we can set you up for success and create opportunity for y'all.
Yeah, so appreciate that. So I guess right now we're looking to help organizations who are maybe struggling a little bit with technology. Maybe they got that phone system that's not quite doing what they want it to do. It's not integrated with Salesforce. It's not performing very well. They can't get to the internet very quickly, or they're not sure if they're protected under any cybersecurity best practices, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good fit for us, because what we do is we ethically dissect the marketplace, because it's a confusing marketplace, right? If let's say you're looking for a phone system, you go to Google, you type in phone system, you get 67 different results. It's just blue text all day long. Like, okay, cool. Who do I go to? How do I know to talk to Ring Central versus 8x8 versus Fuse? Like, what are they good at? That's what we do. We dissect that market. We connect customers with the best of breed products and services based on their exact needs.
Yep,
It's good.
yep. And kind of what he said, just trusted advisors, people that act in your best interest to help you catch the IT and the technology waves that we ride, 4 of them. You need to connect to the internet. You need to communicate internally and externally with your organization and with your vendors and your customers. You need to have it all at the cloud, and you need to make sure that it is secure using cybersecurity measures and compliancy measures. We help with that, and then we help you stay on the innovation and early side of the hype cycle.
That's good. Well,
If
dude,
that makes any sense to you, we could be talking
Yeah.
Chinese, and you're like, "What are these guys talking about?"
so if it doesn't, I'm going to put everybody's information in the comments, just so if you're not already connected with them, which you likely might be, but if not, then I'll put the info so you guys can connect with them and learn more about Catch and Coffee with Kyle's. But
Sure.
you guys are fun. Y'all are smart people. I appreciate
thanks,
y'all
man.
creating inspiration for me. But thanks so much for coming to the show. Seriously, I'm glad to have you guys. And thank y'all for watching. We'll definitely see you next time.